Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Digital Experience Team Iteration Planning video. We're trying something new this week. Today is Monday, January 31st. As you can see, we're sharing our sprint or iteration board, which shows each of our issues that we'll be working on for the next 2-week period. So first up will be Lauren.
All right, I'll continue working on getting the visible script hard-coded into the product that got tossed back from security about the CSV policy. So a couple of edits there. Continue working on the add to cart event, the GTM data layer for the usage tab. I kind of got it I got the MR started, but I still have a lot of work there. And then this other one to enable the GTM log to be ingested. So this will ping security every time our account changes in Google Analytics so that they know when like someone has access to add whatever script. Tyler's the one that's really been working on that. So thanks, Tyler. I added this redirect gitlab.com/pricing to the pricing page. I will talk to infrastructure and just see if we can get those redirects set up. And then the very bottom is to implement the reviewer roulette into our buyer experience repository. This is really low down on the priority board for me. Pass it over to Tyler.
Yeah, you'll notice it's super light because I don't know what's next. I'm wrapping up the transaction event in enhanced e-commerce. So it's that first one. I finished it. It's gone through 2 rounds of review, and I'm doing all the feedback today. I'm actually just like one more item. So I'll be done with that this afternoon. It'll go back for another review, at which point I expect it to be closed. So this should be resolved by tomorrow. But after that, I don't know what is up next. And I have like a little one-pointer. There's like Laura pointed out rightly so that there's like some weirdness going on with the title of the pages because of drift. And if you like close the side scroll banner, the title doesn't go away. So I'm just gonna like tweak it and make that happen. So I'll do that. I'll find some time to do that. And I think I will connect. No, Jess is typing in the comments. I have to work with Michael to find out what the next thing is. There's plenty of work to be done. I do not have the information to choose the appropriate next thing. So I will just find out soon. And up next is Nathan.
Yeah, so I have a bunch of smaller things this iteration. One is to progress on the add buy now button to the homepage. It's an experiment we're trying to run. I think we're still waiting for requirements to see like what metric we're actually trying to track. So I don't know what's going to be ready when, so I don't know how far I can get on this. And then it looks like the MR is good for slippers. So it's going on to the main branch. I need to change that name. There's an issue for it, so I can pull that in as well. And then publish slippers to the package. The bundle's already good to go. So it's literally just a button. Import slippers into the buyer experience project. Again, I've done it locally. It should take 2 seconds. I put 2 points on all these. They're really 1 or even less, but who knows what could happen. And then the styling, I have an MR open. That shouldn't be hard. There's been some changes obviously in the last week, so I'll have to just update those. And then if I have time, I'm gonna get 2 shadows. I think Tina and Jess have been working on those lately, and I want to get them in on the cards and wherever else they're used. Yeah, next up is Laura.
Yeah, so I picked up a few of the pages for transitioning into the new buyer experience repo. So the free trial page is what I'll tackle next. But first, I still have some carryover on the install page and working on the stages of DevOps lifecycle page with Daniel. And then I have a couple of issues that have come up with the cookie banner. So I'll be looking into that and why they're appearing in review apps. And then I grabbed the homepage. If I have extra time, I'm not sure if I will. It's a big page that's important. I might swap that out for an issue that Tina just added for the analyst page. But yeah, I might have some time left over to transition another page. And next up is Javi.
Thank you, Laura. This iteration, I'm working on adding that linter to the buyer's experience. I was supposed to work on it last Friday. I just didn't. I have 6 points set up for following up to the work to the navigation MVC. There's a lot of little things that end up popping up. So I ended up adding 6 points. I don't know if it'll actually end up taking all 6 points, but I just figured that in the past, as I've in there comes more and more asks. So I just assigned 6 points. I have 2 points set up for navigation menu. Click something that Dennis called out, and so I'm going to fix that for him. And that's it for me. Up next is Megan.
Thanks. First off, working on the startups page. I have an open MR for that. It's ready to be reviewed. And so I'm planning on just making any tweaks necessary and then making an MR to remove that page from the www repo. Next would be removing the form on the demo page and replacing that with a video. And then there's 2 topics pages that were kind of dependent on I saw that like above the fold update that Miguel was working on. I saw that MR was merged. If that issue is closed, I can work on those, but otherwise waiting on that. And then lastly, if I'm not sure if like the design kind of agreement is all there, but then I was going to work on the support page. But I know we were kind of waiting on looking into things like lists and how like that big page of text would and should be displayed. But that's all I have. Jess.
Thanks. So I'm in a little bit of a similar situation to Tyler. I'm not quite sure what's coming down for the next quarter yet. But in the meantime, I'm going to just kind of close out the free trial work that we've been doing and then kind of just focus in on slippers improvements. Tina and I have some ideas on how to improve the button specifically, but we also just signed the DRI for slippers this sprint. And there's plenty to do, documentation, blocks, templates. So that'll definitely keep me busy. And then I'll pass it to Tina.
Thanks. I still have this, if you refresh the board, some of those issues might be gone. But I will be reviewing MRs for that all remote landing page, but it's in engineering now. I also, let's see, your board on the screen is different than my board on my screen, so I'm confused. Hold on. There we go. I have an issue to review and update the homepage security banner, so I'll be digging into that. There's the solution template UX iteration issue. I think Daniel picked that up. I want to mention that some of those updates, even though they're related to the solutions template, they'll improve blocks that appear on pages beyond the solutions template for the page migrations. Yeah, and I think Daniel picked up the analyst page. That's not on my board, but I will be reviewing those, and I want to mention that because reviewing MRs take sometimes a lot of points. And I'm going to continue to review MR for the buyer experience migration. Thanks. Next is John.
Thanks. I'm finishing with the last page for the stages DevOps lifecycle with monitor. Then I'm going to pick the last solution page for this migration of 50 pages. And then I'm going to work on all the child pages that education section has. Next one is Mateo.
Okay, I picked up updating the on-page anchor navigations, which also includes creating the multi-level navigation that the support page needs. That will probably be adding it to Nathan's slippers repository. Also picked up the migration of the all remote landing page. And also I have the migration of the sales page, which is already complete. It's just applying any remaining feedback on that one. And next is Miguel.
Yep, thank you, Mateo. I'll be continuing working on this task that is carried over from last iteration. I'm still figuring out how to render the markdown in a way that is the less tedious to work with, or working with just components that will be a lot more tedious. But when I finish that, I will migrate the company cadence page, which uses that anchor link functionality. So I will test it out in that page. And yeah, that's it. Next is Daniel.
Yeah, for this iteration, I pick a page update on analysis. If someone else had planned to take it, we can discuss it, and I can check what else to work on. And I also have a solutions templates, UX iteration. There are a lot of UX issues to work on it. It looks small, but there are several issues grabbed into that. And I haven't taken a look yet on all the task, but I will be troubleshooting this one by one. And I think that's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And we will see you next time.